Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night. Welcome back. Social media. Oh, there he is.
Calling him 1 freaking minute late.
There he is. We were wondering if Earl was going to show up tonight.
Well,
Harry,
well,
I
here's
was
the-
live
already.
What shit about you?
Here's the deal, Earl. Here's the deal.
I don't want to hear it.
No, just hear me. I was concerned about you because you're usually early,
Look, I
but then
forgot about Dre.
but at the same time, I know that you're old and like to go to bed early. So I was like, he might have forgot
No.
and
Look,
passed
look,
out
look,
already.
look, look, look. I
So I was just
busy
making sure.
watching-
Okay, I was just making sure.
Look, I was
If
busy
you-
watching Bel Air. So shameless plug to if we're even live right now. Busy
live.
watching the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Why?
It's about a kid who was born and raised in West Philadelphia. Already. Okay.
Jacob with the early mute there.
That's
Well-
where we're going.
Me and my wife had this argument / conversation the other day, and I understand that Will Smith is part of the new reboot.
I haven't
I
got that
don't-
far yet.
Yes, he is. He's a producer on it.
Well,
Don't
yes,
fucking
but he's
ruin
not. He's not actually like involved.
Oh.
How are
Yeah.
you a producer but not involved?
Well, you know what I mean. He's not part of the show. Like, yes, he's a producer.
No, I
but,
know he's
like,
not an actor on it,
Yeah,
but like he's part of it. Yet it is something that nobody was asking for it. Nobody was asking for a reboot of arguably one of the best sitcoms ever made. Nobody was.
My wife's never watched it.
Oh God.
why are you? Wait, why is she? Why are you having her watch this one? Have her watch the original.
Agreed.
She already went to bed, so I started watching it.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get hooked up to my fucking AirPods, but
So much to
Fucking
unpack
laptop.
here. But
Well, it's the same.
I
thing.
digress.
Did we ask for a Full House reboot? Did we ask for a Boy Meets World reboot? Did we ask for any of this? Like,
but
why
those
can't-
are all like it's Fuller House. So it's like the girls now. It's the same, but it's at least like progressed in the timeline. This is just a straight up reboot. It is the same story, but set in modern time with different actors. That's not what Fuller House was. That's not what the Boy Meets World one was. It's they're in the same universe at least. This is just the same universe, but brand new, and it's annoying.
I agree with Harry.
Now, that to be fair-
why mess with perfection? Why mess with perfection?
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I mean, no one asked for any of these reboots, remakes. No one asked for any of this. Like, I can't do it. I'm done. I like,
And
give me something new. I'm
Harry-
tired of seeing the same stuff.
I don't believe it's going to flop because apparently Earl's watching it. My wife's watching it. This younger generation that doesn't know what the original was are going to watch it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them. And it will come back for season 2. I can almost guarantee you.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out, but I'm not like it may sound bad, but I'm not hyped for it. Like, bring it. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna follow this trend, Saved by the Bell, all that kind of stuff, bring it back. Have Will involved. Have Jazz involved. Have them involved somehow, like on screen. Having them, now teaching the younger. If you're gonna do it that way. But I just the whole remake. I don't know.
Welcome to TV Talk, a new segment where we talk about television. Earl
No
is
idea what
muted
Earl's
again.
doing. Yeah.
He said his internet needed to reboot, so I don't know why he's on his phone. And he's moving like
What's Max Rebo? Is that it? Yeah. He needs to restart his router, but he gets on the 4G out there and
I'm pretty sure it's 3G actually,
3G.
because we're still over
Probably.
here on 1X. So they're a little bit above us.
Oh,
No, he's gone. He just disappeared. He just straight up disappeared. I didn't see him move at all. He was just there, and then he wasn't. All
right.
God bless the internet. Could you imagine doing this on dial-up?
God. I had a hard enough time back in the day playing games like World of Warcraft on dial-up. I'm sure you probably never played that, but
I mean, I know, but I'm not gonna like look down my nose at you for playing it. I was in AOL chat rooms. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I used dial-up for years to play World of Warcraft. Things like you'd run around with your camera pointing straight down at the ground, so you couldn't see anything at all going on around you.
Oh, and ultras.
What's dial-up? These young kids not knowing what dial-up is.
You'll learn one day. It'll be taught in your history class, probably.
I played that sound for my kids the other day. They had no idea.
Earl's gone again.
Yeah. So anyway, while we're waiting on her, we'll go ahead and start the show proper.
AOL chat rooms were dangerous, Harry.
Yes, they were. Oh man, yeah. I remember getting in trouble with my parents.
ASL. Just ASL. 13 boy, New Mexico.
There's a whole generation of people that know exactly what you're talking about.
Inim Ultras is not one of them. Earl's probably not one of them. Earl's probably like ASL. What is that? American Sign Language?
That's probably it. So, all right, looks like Earl might be back.
Earl, question. Can you hear me? Can you speak? Okay. Do you know what ASL means?
Yes, I do actually. I'm a fucking millennial. Of course I know ASL means.
We're a baby millennial, though.
No, I'm right in the middle of millennialism.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm 93.
I don't know what the ages are, dude. I don't know what they are. I just know that I am one, but I don't know why I am one. I'm barely one.
Yeah, I'm like at the end of it. It ends in like 95 or something like that.
Yeah, so you're a baby one.
I'm at the end of millennial.
No, it ends in like 80 something.
So
I'm a millennial. I was born in 89.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna find this shit out. Here we go.
Damn,
But yes,
I Navy when I was born.
You were in the Navy when I was born?
Harry was, yes, apparently.
Oh, I should probably open up the fucking chats, right? The comments.
Seth, get us started before you
All right, let's
derails
do
us.
this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Somos Mas, the official podcast of Somos Mas NM, and the only show on the internet with a host who is not old enough to know what the NWA is.
Wait. Hold the fucking front door.
That's a new one. Hold the fucking front door. I've never heard it said that like that before. Earl's making up new things.
That one took a minute for it to register with Earl.
Well, yeah, because I'm actually trying to find out generation years.
It's not that hard. Just go to Google and open it up.
That's exactly what I'm doing, but when your phone runs fucking slow as hell, like fucking AOL dial up.
That's because you guys are on 3G over there still.
We're on 5G UC.
I don't know what the hell UC means.
Exactly,
Hey,
Fort Nowhere.
I told you we're on 1X right now still. We don't have any of that fancy stuff, but my phone still runs faster than yours apparently.
Okay, so a millennial was born in 1981 to 1996.
So you're a baby. You're a baby millennial.
That bothers me because, the whole time growing up as kids, we were taught, we're the rock the vote generation. We're Gen X. I am not a millennial. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I do not identify with millennial
boomer.
crap at all.
Okay, boomer.
Call
When
me a
were you
boomer
born?
all you want.
Hold on. Seth, when were you born?
84.
Okay.
So we're all millennials.
We're all
by
millennials.
that definition.
Yeah, by that
dear
definition.
God.
Yeah.
But
No,
then they have like
train wreck.
they have like subsects of millennials where it's like SpongeBob millennials, which I believe would be Earl, because it's the younger millennials. And then I don't know what Seth is. He's the boomer millennial.
elder millennial is what it's called. There's some nonsense.
No.
That's what. I
Well,
don't know.
so they have different ones, but one of them is based on cartoons, and it's like
Okay.
SpongeBob millennial and like Rugrats millennial, and then a middle ground millennial. And I
See,
think
I
I'm the
would
middle
get-
one. But I don't remember.
I
which
think I
one
would
it is.
I think I would fall in Rugrats or whatever.
No, you
but-
definitely are. You definitely are.
Yeah, no, I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I'm like, I don't identify with these people that call themselves millennials at all. I don't. Growing up, it was the MTV Rock the Vote generation. We were all Gen X. We're all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't identify with any of this millennial stuff. at all. And somehow they've changed like the years to identify you. I'm like, I don't even give a crap. But yeah, I don't get it.
There's a guy on I see him on Instagram. He's probably on TikTok. I don't know. I don't do the TikTok thing, but he's a black guy that does skits. He does like a COVID skit where he'll dress up all nice and be COVID, and then he's the 3 different vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
But then he also does a lot with millennials because he's a millennial. And so he'll dress up as a millennial, and then he'll dress up as like Gen X, and then he'll dress up as a boomer and cut to all these different ones. It's funny. I'll find him eventually, and I'll send you guys a link. And then you'll be like, oh, I am a millennial because that's, I mean, well, speaking of millennials, I know you haven't got to your opening question, but this was like the millennial halftime show for the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are calling it that.
Dre maybe a little bit before millennial time, or like maybe your millennial time. He's
early Dre and Snoop would definitely be like pre-millennial.
Boomer.
At least in my opinion, anyway.
I agree.
Because M didn't come out till early 90s, and Dre and Snoop were out before that. So, see, I agree with Harry. Like this Gen X, yes, absolutely. I've seen a lot of people saying it's about millennials and all this kind of stuff, and like there were some appearances. Like Fitty looked interesting. Fitty was there. Fitty. Kendrick, and then yeah, I mean, I thought it was a fantastic halftime show.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. Yeah, not gonna lie.
But yeah, so that was gonna be my burning question for you guys tonight. Did the halftime show live up to the hype?
Yes.
But I would have liked a Snoop song. He just did his little beats and stuff, but he didn't actually, like, if he'd have started with Gin and Juice, I might have thrown something at the TV out of excitement.
Yeah.
And then it was too tame. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, I was expecting something. And when Eminem started with Lose Yourself, I was like, well, that makes perfect sense because that's like the only song that he can play that doesn't have 35 cuss words in the first 2 verses. So that made sense. But at the same time, I was like, I would have liked a little bit more there and a little bit more from Snoop. But other than that, man, it was great. When nobody knew, well, I don't know if anybody has an inside connection here, but I didn't know about 50 coming on. And so when it cut to that, I was like, whoa, nice.
So
awesome. I'm not expecting this.
My question is, why the fuck is he hanging like fucking Spider-Man?
Because that's how he does it in the video.
Yeah, it was a throwback to the video.
Yeah, in the original music video, he hangs upside down like that. He's hooked up to like all kinds of wires and stuff, doing like a workout thing for the doctor's office, and he's upside down. But anyways, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was great. You know, I was sitting here with the boys and trying to explain to them who they were, and Logan goes, "How do they remember all their songs and those dances?" My buddy, they've been doing this for 30 years.
They just dance randomly.
What I thought was interesting was 50s was probably the most controversial part. Like, other than that, I mean, you had M taking a knee. You had Dre saying "Still Don't Love the Police," but other than that, I think there was one shit in there from Snoop at the very beginning.
So
Okay.
hold on, time out.
All right.
So I know where you're going with that whole Eminem taking a knee thing.
I wasn't going anywhere. I was actually done.
It's actually not what it seems to be. I've actually looked into it. So Eminem actually promised his mom a long time ago that if he ever played the Super Bowl, he would take a knee in honor of her. He took a knee for 56 seconds for the Super Bowl that he played in.
All right. Okay. I didn't take when he first knelt down, I didn't take issue with it at all. Like, I didn't care. Like,
it didn't even bother me.
Yeah.
I didn't even snap, honestly. It wasn't until after the fact when it came out that the NFL told him not to take a knee.
Oh, they knew he was going to do it.
Yeah, he went through rehearsals and did it in every rehearsal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, what I'm getting at is the lyrics to 50 song were by far the most racy. The dancers with 50 were by far the most racy, and that is surprising, seeing as we didn't even know he was going to be there.
Yeah.
I want to know what the hell was up with Kendrick Lamar.
That's Kendrick. I don't know.
Who's even Kendrick Lamar? Like, I don't even know who that is.
God. Oh God. Oh,
he's millennial. That's what that is.
Wait, I'm millennial. That's the problem.
He might be like post-millennial, honestly.
I don't know.
He didn't
like
really hit the stage for the last like 8 years, probably.
I'm a young millennial too, so I should know who Kendrick Lamar is.
Like
I
I
don't
know
know how
who
you
he is,
don't.
but I don't follow him.
I'm about to find out who the fuck this guy is.
Okay, you go do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah, it is Tuesday night. We've got Harry over in the chat. Harry actually popped in a little bit earlier, threw a couple shots at Earl before he even logged on.
No, he threw shots at me.
I think it's a little bit about both, but appreciate everyone being here like we are each and every Tuesday night. We've got a lot to get to tonight. We've already been talking about the Super Bowl and the halftime show. Whoa, shots fired by NM Ultras over in the chat. Kendrick, best rapper alive.
There's going to be a lot of people that agree.
Wow.
A ton of people.
Okay. I know who Kendrick Lamar is now.
How did I don't know how the views and expressions of Earl do not represent the whole cast here. Apparently,
So,
neither of those two.
Kendrick Lamar is actually the feature album on the Black Panther.
Yeah.
So like all those songs on the Black Panther is Kendrick Lamar. Now I know. Okay, carry on. Sorry, my bad.
Shots fired by NF Ultras over there. I can't even with that. Like M is the best lyricist out there. Like he can spit rhymes better than anybody. I don't even want to hear it.
NM Ultras just turned Seth into like a 16-year-old girl. I can't even.
Legit though. I mean, how can you say that Kendrick is better than M?
I personally can't.
Yeah.
But I can see where people can.
I personally can't either because I don't listen to rap music. So
that's the least surprising thing said on this podcast ever.
Earl, you gotta take it off the country station every now and then.
So look, it's not my fault that the shit that I have going on over here in my truck is like stuck on a country station.
Well, you know,
there's this thing called iTunes.
Yeah, I know.
And headphones.
There's this really cool thing called illegal.
Oh, ultras. Oh God, no.
Oh, good fucking.
Oh
heavens.
no.
Kanye
no.
literally watched the Super Bowl.
Oh no.
Through fucking leg stockings.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing I have to say to that,
I was with you there, Ultras, with Kendrick. I wasn't necessarily agreeing with you, but I could back you. I can't back you on this, buddy. You're all by yourself.
The only thing I have to paraphrase Pete Davidson here, make Kanye 2006 again. Kanye 2006, that was incredible. Kanye 2022, no.
Earl is very confused right now.
Yeah, and if you're curious what I'm talking about, go watch Pete Davidson on SNL talking about Kanye West. Yeah, Harry with a point here. Too many greats. There you go. But yeah, we're not here to break down the history of rap and where it's at now, or who the best lyricists are.
We're here to talk definitely aren't. We are not the group to do
that. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We're here to talk sports. I mean, we can get into the Super Bowl tonight if you guys want, but I do want to start.
So hold on. So before we carry on, I do have to address the NM Ultra's best rapper alive thing.
Oh God, no! We were moving past it.
I know. But you literally have like Post Malone, 21 Savage, Jay-Z.
Why are we doing this?
And you're gonna compare Kendrick Lamar to all of them?
Why are we doing this right now? This is coming from the guy that said he doesn't listen to rap music.
I don't listen to rap music, but I do know those rappers. There's also like NF, who's like a pretty controversial.
Okay. All right. So I wasn't going to bring him up because most people don't know him. He is my best rapper alive.
Yeah.
The dude is insane. absolutely insane. But we're not going to have that argument here right now. Post is horrible. Top 10?
Can we
Jay-Z's like
block
top
this?
3.
Hold on.
NFL
Can
Oh,
we?
God.
Is there a way to block this guy? Hold on a minute.
Oh, God.
Talking best layers is Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
I thought we were talking to live though.
I don't think that was
Harry's
ever
moved on to
implied,
all
but-
time, so. I mean, if you're just talking lyricists, I mean, absolutely. Kurt Cobain has some of the best writing out there. He really does. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from the history of music here.
21 minutes in. Good job.
21 minutes. Yeah, here we go. I do want to talk tonight about the New Mexico Runners. We did put out a short episode last week after the victory over the Colorado Inferno out at Rio Rancho Event Center 2 weeks ago. They went up to Colorado to take on the Inferno again this past weekend. Runners fell behind early and just couldn't quite make it up. They ended up falling by a final of 14-9, bringing their record on the season to 2-7, and most likely ended their playoff hopes for the year. There's an outside chance if they went out and they get some help. There's an if I had to give it like a percentage chance, probably like a 2% chance they make the playoffs still. So unfortunate for the Runners this season. It doesn't look like Casey Gasson played over the weekend, but if you missed the episode last week, Casey Gasson, former New Mexico Runners, yes, former New Mexico Runners goalkeeper, currently playing for Colorado Inferno FC, did announce to us that he was going to be retiring at the end of the season. So, Earl, I know he left a message for you.
No, I did not get to watch it. It still doesn't work for me.
You said, God, okay. I will send you I'll just have to send you the audio then. But
it says error loading, so
that's really weird. I don't know.
It's probably the 3G.
So Casey, I have not heard your message yet. If you want to text it to me or call me, I mean that's what normal people do.
Let's just say that he felt like you couldn't even pick up a phone. So, we'll leave it at that, and I will send you the raw file so that you can hear what Casey had to say.
What minute is this in so I can skip forward?
I'd have to look at the audio file to figure out where it's at. So,
Let me try it again.
Yeah, there was an issue with the audio file on that. I uploaded it, and it didn't there was an issue with the feed, so I took it down and then put it back up again for a later time. So I don't know what the issue is. There you go. It's near the end. I think it's after I finished up the recap of the show. So I'm gonna mute you early if you're gonna listen to that. But yeah, so Runners, they've still got 3 more matches left on the season. They are back at the Rio Rancho Event Center on the 26th at 5:05 p.m. when they take on, I believe it's the Wichita Wings. Let me double check the schedule here, make sure I've got that correct. Yes, Wichita Wings. The website has it different. They got 2 different times. So yeah, Saturday, February 26th, 5:05 p.m. Get out there, support the Runners in their final few matches of the season. They do have, looks like 2 home matches remaining. So get out there, support them. They've been a lot of fun to watch. The guys played tremendously well when I was out there 2 weekends ago, and they've definitely come a long way from the start of the season. So that's your Runners recap for the week. We'll be out there again on the 26th covering them. Yeah. I don't think Earl's gotten to that part yet, but anyway, moving right along, we do have some New Mexico United news and notes. First thing I want to get to tonight is that the U.S. Open Cup second round draw has taken place, and for the first time in club history, New Mexico United will be hosting an Open Cup match at the Lab. This is exciting. This is really exciting. The United will be taking on either the Las Vegas Legends or the Park City Red Wolves, who are from Utah, in the second round. That's going to be somewhere around April 5th through the 7th. Guys, what was your reaction to this news? I mean, this is something that we didn't think would happen in season 1 back in 2019, partly because of the logistics of the Lab. based on the size and the schedule and all that kind of stuff. But they were able to get it. Hey, there we go. Hey, Sombrero Man in here with breaking news. Here, we'll get to your question in just a second. Sombrero Man, hey y'all, just a heads up. The Lobo hockey team upset number no. Oh,
Men's
basketball.
basketball.
I didn't realize.
basketball.
Holy crap. Okay. UNM upset number 22 ranked Wyoming. Congratulations to the UNM men's basketball team on that.
I got some other breaking news.
I'm going
to announce my retirement to go play goalkeeper in Colorado.
You can't retire from something that you don't get paid for.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
I mean, I guess technically he could, but you know.
I mean, you could retire from your real job, but
yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's surprising news. I would not have expected that tonight based on how the bigger win than Jacob's forehead. Based on how the men's basketball season has been going, I would not have expected that result tonight. So congratulations to them. Also, yeah, UW Lobo hockey, while we're at it, I mentioned them. They are nationally ranked. They're still in the tournament. Like, man, I think it just beat, I think it was Nebraska 4-2 or something like that. So yeah, get out, cheer on the Lobos, man. They're hockey team's doing really well. Men's basketball apparently has some talent. So good to see there. But anyway, back over to the US Open Cup. Yeah, New Mexico United hosting a match, and Harry's question, I thought they were unable to do so. This is a question that we had concerns about in season 1 based on the size of the pitch and scheduling. But this turns into a big deal for United here. What was your reaction, guys, to this news?
I was actually kind of upset because I won't be here that weekend. I'll actually be hanging out with probably about 100,000 people in Dallas at some kind of COVID super spreader event. So I won't even be in town that weekend. So yeah, I was kind of upset because they picked that week, but it's whatever, I guess.
I was surprised. I wasn't upset. I'm not like ecstatic about it. I have gotten more and more excited about it as we've gotten farther from the announcement. But when it first came out, it was just a surprise because I didn't think we would host one until we had our own stadium, is what I thought was going to happen. And so I don't know if it's early. My guess is it's early enough in the year. I don't think that the ice topes have started yet. So at that point,
they're out of town that week.
Oh, so they have started. They're just out of town that week?
Yeah, they'll be out of town.
They start in March.
So yeah, it's nice. Sombrero Man asked, what if they hold the game at UNM? They might, especially with it being a lower level draw. Hell, I would be surprised if they held it at Mesa del Sol. But I'm happy that we have at least the one. We can get past that. We probably won't have another one, would be my guess. But I was wrong about this one, so I could be wrong about another one.
The only problem with either of those two locations is the facilities themselves. Do they have the infrastructure out at Mesa del Sol to hold a game of that magnitude? Now, the game would most likely have to be played later in the evening, probably a 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock kickoff, something like that. And once it gets dark, they're not going to be able to play out there. Same thing over at the soccer facility at UNM. They don't have the lighting. They don't have the facilities necessary to do that. So that brings back up Harry's question, talking about United being unable to host the game. And there's been concern about the size of the pitch at the lab. Now, it is on the small side, but it is like just barely within FIFA regulations. Or it's like right on the edge of the regulations for a pitch size.
Sombrero Man's right. They do have lights at UNM. I mean, UNM played championship games under the lights out there.
Okay. It could be just a general facilities thing then, because I'm trying to think I think capacity out there is like 4,000.
Probably 4,000 or 5,000. Yeah.
Okay.
But they've already announced it at Isotopes Park. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really know. because those are questions that we had in
7+ is what Sombrero Man says.
really, huh? I didn't realize that.
I can't remember what they had for the Cardiff game.
Oh, I'd have to go back and look. We can pull that up while we're talking, but
I know that was a packed match.
It was, yeah. Because we were sitting down pitch side. We were sitting down on the track to cover it because the media facilities were extremely small there. So, yeah, I mean they're all interesting arguments, all interesting talking points about why we could or couldn't use different facilities. I know the club would like to stay away from using UNM facilities. I mean, honestly, the conditions weren't great for the 2 times we've been out there previously, but let's see. Pull up Cardiff City attendance 6347 was the announced attendance, but yeah, it was packed that day. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean, it's exciting, and it is against potential of 2 lower division league clubs who I'm assuming neither of whom would be able to host this match. I don't know what their facilities are like for either Las Vegas or
Park City.
I don't know what their facilities are like, but yeah, it's exciting. After the cup run we had in 2019, it'll be interesting to see how this happens. And I looked a little bit ahead on the schedule, looked at the Isotope schedule, and should New Mexico United make it to the quarterfinals once again, the dates for the U.S. Open Cup that weekend are favorable for United because the Isotopes will be out of town again. So who knows? Maybe we get a second one. I don't know, but this is exciting.
Las Vegas Legends at least wouldn't have been able to host anyways because they're indoor.
Are they really?
They're an MASL team.
You're looking at the wrong league, buddy.
Nope, they're MASL. Sorry, I can't figure this crap out. Yep, the Las Vegas Legends were an indoor soccer team, a part of the MASL based in Paradise, Nevada. They're now in the National Premier Soccer League of Nissan Nation.
Interesting. I didn't realize they were in an MASL club. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's fantastic. And Harry in the chat, I'm excited for NMU fans to be able to host. Yeah, it's great. It really is. I think it's a big deal, and I would love to see if either of these other clubs if they travel well, if they have fans that come in, and really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and again, it's going to be another opportunity to be broadcast over on ESPN Plus. Just more exposure for the club. That's all that is, man. The more competitions, the more times we're out there, the more opportunity there is for the club to be seen. So that's the first bit of news. The second bit, the club I did announce. Good night, Sombrero Man. Appreciate you stopping in, man.
It's past my bedtime too.
We're not letting you off that easy, Earl.
But I already retired, so.
All right, well, if you want to quit.
So do I submit that retirement letter to you, to Jacob's forehead?
I thought you were the boss, so I guess you submit it to yourself.
Look, I'm just wondering. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm nowhere close to a boss.
Yeah, we knew that actually.
I'm barely fit to be manager at the office.
Well, we can't speak to that, but yeah, the next 2 bits of news is a little bit smaller. First, of course, the club announced that they have surpassed 4,500 season tickets being sold, which is an increase from the 2021 season. 2019 season, yeah. I think, they just rolled everything over for last year, right?
Last year they didn't do season tickets as far as I know.
Okay. So yeah, 4,500 season tickets have been sold. Fantastic news for the club. Great to see that growth there. And then the other small announcement that came out was that the club has moved all merchandise warehousing, all that kind of stuff is now in state. They've revamped the website, which I was looking at today. It looks fantastic. It looks so much better. Runs a lot smoother than
Yeah, it runs a lot smoother for sure.
Yeah. So just little bits of news there from the club. I think they're necessary things. And I know some folks kind of we're kind of making a bigger deal out of the merchandise operations all being moved in state, which I think is great. It's not necessarily going to be a lot of jobs for the state, but it's going to be a handful of jobs, get some folks in there, get it working full time. So yeah, it's fantastic to see the club doing that.
No one wants jobs.
Right? No one wants a job right now. I don't want my job. Who wants mine?
I'm gonna go back to a positive note here, guys. Season ticket. The season ticket number 4,500 is, like you said, it's small news, and in the grand scheme of things, it kind of is. But there are probably half of the clubs in the USL that don't average that, and we have guaranteed that many now, because even if they don't show up, that those are going to get counted. So it is surprising to me. 2 years after the record-breaking attendance year that we had, to sell that many in the middle of a pandemic still, it just speaks to the excitement that somehow this team has drummed up in 3 years, even if they haven't been the most successful on the pitch 3 years that we could have had anyways. To still have 4,500 season ticket sales before, I think that was announced like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So before February, I believe, right around that time. I guess it was about a week ago, huh? So a month before the season starts, and we still have 4,500 season tickets sold. It's just, it's surprising to me. So I was very excited about that number, and can't wait to maybe have close to 11,000 in there for some home matches this year, instead of, I think last year, what was it, like 87 was the highest? Anybody know? No? Okay. I'm going to go with 87.
Single game attendance last season, I believe.
They capped it at so the first game was pretty packed. I think it was like 95, almost 10,000.
I didn't think they had it capped lower than that all season.
And then
we had 3 games where it was uncapped, and then
but it wasn't. It didn't get close to that cap number though. For those 3 games,
I'm double checking. I think we pulled almost 10,000 on one of them.
I'm pretty sure we're close to 10,000 the first game or second game.
Well, the first 2 or 3 were capped, and then there were uncapped ones, and then we went back to being capped.
All right. So home opener was 8,600, and then I think we capped it somewhere after that. 8,800 for match 2 against Loudoun. Because I think those first few matches were all under a cap, and then they let it go.
Mm-hmm. And then
9,700 for Colorado Springs on July 9th.
Okay.
And it was I think it was after that they dropped the cap back down.
Yeah. Okay. So I forgot about that one game in particular, but
10-3 against El Paso.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that
July
number?
24th. 10-3 on July 24th.
Yeah. Okay. Well, point still stands. I want to see 12,000, 11,000 fans in there.
I want to see 15.
And we're close.
11.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll ever get, well, not ever, but I don't know if they'll get to 15 this year. I don't think they'll let it get over this, because that place only holds like 12,300 and something is how many seats or what a sellout consists of is 12,300 and some. And then
if the numbers keep going down like they did today, and it's less than 1,000 average for COVID numbers, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll open it back up, and we'll see 14, 15 in there.
Yeah. So Isotopes Park has a total listed capacity of 13,500, and I believe it's like 11,200 in terms of fixed seats. Let me pull that up. Yeah, 11,124 fixed seats. So, and Harry here, I think max SAFC had was close to 4K back when MLS was still being sold, and now it's closer to 3K. So,
is that average attendance or is that season tickets?
Season tickets, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought. But
so, I mean, San Antonio draws pretty well. I mean, they've got a successful club, so that's not surprising down there. But yeah, and it's great to see. It's great to see the support continue to grow. It's great to see folks still buying those tickets and making that investment. I mean, it's really not a bad deal in terms of what you get for the money you spend. So great to see that. And, it'll be interesting to see what happens this season with attendance and how COVID and all that, because of that, how it still continues to affect tickets and, game day attendance.
Agreed.
All right. There really wasn't a whole lot of news. Everything's kind of slowed down a little bit. We are inching ever closer to opening day. We've got 2 preseason matches left. We have February 26th against El Paso, and then we have March 5th against the Colorado Hailstorm. So looking forward to both of those. The El Paso match, of course, is down in El Paso. We haven't talked about it too much in our group chats. There's really not a whole lot that we know. We've had the Twitter threads on the first 3 preseason matches. They opened up the preseason with a 1-1 draw against San Diego, battled Vancouver Whitecaps of the MLS to a 0-0 draw, and then lost 2-0 to defending champions Orange County. We haven't really seen anything. We know a couple trialists are out there, and we can confirm that Earl has not been on trial as a goalkeeper for the club. We've put that out. We've confirmed it multiple times, despite the questions we keep getting asked. Earl is not trialing with the club.
I hate to break you guys' hearts. Sorry.
So, I mean, we don't know much. We know that Nico Brett recently joined ahead of the Orange County match. We know that Alexi just rejoined the club after international duty. And I know there's some sentiment, at least over on Facebook, about the club not scoring enough. We've got 1 goal in 3 preseason matches, but we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen the club. We won't get to see the club until March. Are you guys worried, or are you just kind of taking it in stride?
No.
Okay.
So here's why I'm not worried. It's Zach Prince's first year as a head coach. He pretty much had to rebuild a complete team. I mean, there was a point where we were day after day after day looking at new signings. And it's freaking preseason, to where we're trying to play our freaking academy team and our trial list and try to figure out who else we want. So, like Harry said, preseason doesn't matter. Unfortunately, if El Paso continues their winning ways in preseason, it might be the championship for them.
So, I mean, pretty much echo everything there, but I want to point out that last season we scored a lot of goals in the preseason. And then what happened during the regular season? Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So it really, and then I remember two seasons ago, Sergei had like the preseason among all preseasons and scored 2 goals a game. It felt like we were hearing about,
and then didn't play,
and then didn't do anything. Now we found out that he had a medical issue, but it just. We can't take away a whole lot from these last 3 matches, especially. I mean, it was 3 matches in 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks of the preseason, we did not have Alexi. We did not have Nico. I don't have confirmation, but I'm pretty sure all we're missing now is Ratty Okovu.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's not there yet.
But other than that, we have a full squad now, but they haven't had time to gel. 2 of our starters, I think Nico and Alexi both are penciled in as starters before they even got to camp. Just got here, haven't had time to gel whatsoever, let alone, I I mean, the other ones have had a week and a half before the OC game, and these guys had no time whatsoever. So it'll Casey.
Oh, there's Casey.
What's going on, Casey? Glad to have you tonight, man.
Casey, I need you to put a good word in for me. I'm gonna go try out for goalkeeper in Colorado. You missed it. I announced my retirement. You have to listen to the show though to hear that part.
Yeah, like Earl had to listen to the show.
What the fuck? So to imitate or to echo off of what Jacob was just saying, on top of all of that, we also don't have Mondo, who was part of the goal scoring threat in preseason last year. So, like I said, I'm not worried about preseason. I'm not worried about who's here, who's not, who's in and who's out. Because preseason is just a toy to try to figure out who you have and what people do and get people in shape. I do agree with that we do need Devin. Devin, if you listen, it was good seeing you this past week. Not in the terms that we wanted to see you in, but it was great seeing you.
Yeah, I think the only thing I was going to add is, I mean, I would like to see more goals, obviously. I mean, that's what we want to see is the ball going in the back of the net. And I can see why people are kind of freaking out after last year's struggles, being able to put the ball in the back of the net, and then all of a sudden we're 3 preseasons game in, and they don't. I can see where they don't look at, oh, it's preseason, and it's 3 games, but it's only been 3 games in 2 weeks, and some of the guys don't even know each other yet. But they just see 3 games and 1 goal. Not great, admittedly, but I think we'll be just fine. It might be slow in the beginning of the regular season too, but I think we'll catch on, and I'm hoping with some of the off-season additions that we've made that the dam kind of gets broke and we can go on a Phoenix-esque run this year.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the past, and
you are freaking out, man.
Like I said, we have talked about it in the past, and you can have a squad that goes out there and plays fantastic for 90 minutes and not put a goal in or concede 1 goal at the death. And we've certainly seen that happen to us several times.
But you know what else we've seen, though? Not to interrupt you. We've seen a team go on a 24-game winning streak at home and then lose in the first round. So yes. I'm not worried.
Yeah, and that's it. Without seeing without seeing the club in action, without having live streams of these, we can't actually see what they're doing. We can't see how they're developing. And that's one of the hardest things about this preseason is that we can't see what's going on. We can't see that growth of the club. And I think by the time we do see them here in about 3 weeks, we're going to see something from them. Now it is going to be against a lower division club in the Colorado Hailstorm. But I think that's going to, it'll have a month together at that point. Get out there playing, putting in the full 90. And probably by that point, we might see some guys putting in 60, 70, full 90s at that point. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. We haven't actually seen them, perform. We haven't seen the regular season match day 11. So there's a lot that goes into this. So like you guys, I'm not worried. I would rather get out there and see them in action and see what they're doing and see what they want to do, see what Zach wants them to do, and go from there before I make any sort of decision as to whether or not to be worried or concerned or, but again, we haven't even, it's preseason. We've got a long way to go. And like you said, Earl, basically rebuilding a roster. There's been, again, a lot of turnover this year, which is to be expected. And so, yeah, I'm not worried, not at this point, but I would much rather, I wish the clubs could figure out some way to stream these, I mean, Atlanta United went out and they streamed all their preseason matches. So I don't see why other clubs couldn't do the same.
There's also a reason why Atlanta's trash.
We're not going into that at the moment. We don't. I honestly couldn't tell you what's going on there, but yeah. So I mean, looking ahead, Saturday, February 26th, El Paso. What do you want to see? I know, again, we probably won't actually physically see this match, but what do you want to see? Do you think at this point we'll see guys, with those 60, 70 minutes, or do you still think Zach's trying to figure things out?
I don't think Zach's trying to figure things out. I think he kind of knows at this point. Casey, I'm still waiting for my gloves from when I scored on you in between the trees. So like I was saying, I don't think Zach's still trying to figure out. I think he knows, but I do think he wants to see more out of the younger people and what he can bring up from the academy, or what he can get the academy kids some time to play. Just something like that. I don't think we see the full 70 minutes out of Kalen or all the starters that we usually see, but I do think, we see a good 50, 60 minutes out of them, but yeah, I think we see more academy. Sorry, Casey threw me off. I think we do see more academy kids than regulars for sure.
I think that match is going to be 2 weeks away from the last one, so it's a whole 2 weeks of prep with, like we talked about, pretty much everybody except for Ratty being there and being available. And so I think we see a top tier starting lineup, but I do think at halftime or shortly after, wholesale changes are made, and we see some of the other guys that he's trying to get a feel for still. And I think I would like to see Nico get the start and get up there with Weehan and get some time with them, with Weehan and Rivas, or Weehan and Ataka, from everything that we've been privy to via Twitter and whatnot. Ataka has been a bright spot, as has Bruce, and then everybody else has kind of just been steady. So and Nava's been a bright spot too. So I wouldn't mind Nico getting up there with those, any combination of those three, Ataka, Nava, and Weehan, and getting some running in the first half, see what they can do there, and hopefully we can score some goals and relieve some high blood pressure among some fans, and then kind of build on something going into the March 5th match, which I'll be attending. Me and my wife and a couple friends of ours are going to go as fans. I might slip over if they have any media things going on, see if he'll let me sneak over and interview somebody, but we just really want to go and see live soccer for the first time in a little while, and it's not near as long as last preseason when we all went to one of the preseason matches, and it was the first time we'd seen soccer in 500 and some odd days. But it'll still be nice to get out there and watch them and see the new guys, especially up close.
I think it's worth noting too, and I'm trying to remember back to the live tweets from each of the matches. Now, if I remember correctly, in the last one against Orange County, Alex didn't even play. We had a trialist in goal. Not to say that he was the reason for conceding the 2 goals. I know that, and I think we've also surrendered 3 penalty kicks and conceded, and 2 of them have been converted. So it's not like we're necessarily giving up goals from open play. I think we've given up 1 from open play. So that's maybe something to be a little bit concerned, but we haven't seen it. We don't know what happened. We don't know how ticky-tack the foul was. I didn't see anything about anyone getting red carded for the fouls that happened. So I don't necessarily think that's something to worry about. Obviously having a trialist in goal, we still haven't signed a backup keeper. That's something that's still out there. Casey, if you're interested, the club might still be looking for someone. So who knows? Yeah, who knows what's going on there? I would like to see fewer penalties given up, but again, we haven't seen it. We don't know what happened. We don't know again how ticky tack it was. So
I feel like every preseason we've seen abnormal amount of penalty kicks taken, whether for us or against us. So I'm just going to chalk that up to refereeing and them getting into form, or them being lower level refs in the first place. And so I agree. I would like to see less penalties, but I'm not super concerned about it translating to the regular season at this point.
yeah, I mean, a couple weeks away. We're less than a month now away from opening day of the regular season. 2 preseason matches left. Like you said, Jacob, you're going to be out at Mesa del Sol on March 5th for that match there. Looking at my calendar here, I should be out there for that one as well. Earl, are you going to make that? No? Okay. Hopefully we hear something from the club soon regarding media access to that. I can't imagine that they won't have something available for us. Club's usually pretty good. We are still in the process of figuring out our commitments for the season so that we can make sure we have at least one person at every home match. But yeah, I mean, there really isn't too much else going on. We haven't seen a lot from the club, from the league. I know that, some rosters are still getting filled out. San Antonio's made some announcements. El Paso's made a couple. RGV finally made a couple announcements, I think, including Chelo Martinez going back to RGV. So disappointed to see Cello leaving, but yeah, guys, we're inching ever closer to that. I think we're still, I don't know. I think we still stick to 2 weeks. What do you guys say?
Yeah. I think 2 more weeks, and then by then that puts us where? March 3rd? March 2nd?
March 1st. Yeah.
So by then we can come back the next week with a preview of the regular season and a review of the preseason home match, and then it's pretty much every week from then on out.
Yeah, man, guys, I'm excited for that. I can't wait to get back. I can't wait to get back into doing this every single week, talking to Mexico United week in, week out. It's going to be a long, interesting season. Can't wait to get there. So, yeah. I think that's going to be it. Jacob, get us out of here.
Yeah, man. Can't wait, man. Just it's sneaking up on us, and it's to the point now where I'm just like, I don't care about anything else. I'm just like, let's just get to
Oh,
Earl, your adult 20 has some better batteries there.
yeah, it's kind of dead.
Anyways. I can do it all day, Earl. All day.
Look, I could go as long as my battery lets me.
No comment. 2 weeks, 9 o'clock. 2 weeks, 9 o'clock. We'll recap the. I don't. What are you doing, Earl? Use your words.
Oh, I was on mute at first. Carry on.
2 weeks, 9 o'clock. We will recap what we know of the El Paso match. Any other news that comes out between now and then. Maybe we'll have a signing. Maybe we won't. And then it's full go from there. And Casey and Harry, of course, and NM Ultras, Sombrero Man. It's always nice to have you guys in the chat and have it going off and talking to us, and especially giving Earl a hard time. I really appreciate that.
My God, are you still talking?
Oh, that was you. I thought that was the recording. Good job. Nice. I appreciate that. And so come back next week, guys. Get in the chat. I completely forgot to post it on social media today, so that's my fault. No, it's because I have an
Big
actual
forehead.
job where I can't
Big
just sit
forehead. You also have a forehead.
there. Take that, Earl. Anyways, 9 o'clock, 2 weeks from now. We'll talk to you then. Someone's news.
Casey, we appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Casey
And,
goes, "Oh, it is the best."
We'll get you on the show again, man. Just we'll have Earl shoot you a text at some point, and we'll get you on the show. That way you can
You guys
tell him
will
how he's
never
wrong.
know. You guys will never know.
Yeah, tell Earl how wrong he is about goalkeeper stuff.
Hey, hold on. I haven't talked bad about any goalkeeper.
Or just life. Just tell him how wrong he is at life.
Yeah.
That too. I know that.
All right, guys, we're done here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like Jacob said, appreciate you guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Another episode. We'll have another runners recap. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.